Hello everyone. Today we will deal with preparation of alcohol and phenols. There are various methods by which you can prepare alcohol and phenols. We will take all the methods one by one. First we will take methods to prepare alcohols. How you prepare alcohols? The first method to prepare alcohol is acid catalyzed hydration of alkenes. Acid catalyzed hydration. Acid catalyzed hydration means you will bring about hydration of alkene in presence of a acid. Okay. So hydration means addition of water. Look at the reaction. Let be an alkene to which water is added and this is catalyzed in presence of acid. So as a result of this reaction we get the alcohol. So this is an alkene and from alkene alcohol is being produced. Now here this is a very simple acid alkene. This is a symmetrical alkene. In case if you have some unsymmetrical alkene, look at the example here. This is an example of an unsymmetrical alkene. If you have unsymmetrical alkene, then what type of product you will get on bringing about the hydration reaction is decided by Markovnikov rule. That says that the double bond will shift to that carbon which has more number of hydrogen. So when you bring about the hydration of an unsymmetrical alkene, then you get this product. Double bond shift, it becomes negative, it becomes positive. If you consider water, water breaks into H plus and OH minus. Water is what? H2O. When it breaks, it gives H plus and OH minus. So positive charge will attack here and negative hydroxyl group will attack on this side. So which product you will get? You get this alcohol. Okay. So you get a secondary alcohol here. Secondary alcohol means the carbon to which the hydroxyl group is attached is bonded to the carbons on both the sides. Okay. So this is the general reaction of acid catalyzed hydration of alkene to prepare alcohol. The mechanism. Now we will take the mechanism. Mechanism means step by step how the reaction is being carried out. Step 1. Step 1 of this reaction involves protonation of alkene. Protonation of alkene. Protonation means addition of proton. Okay. Look here to understand this. This is an alkene. This is water. Okay. So water will first form hydronium ion because the reaction is hydration. Hydration will involve water and the reaction is catalyzed by acid. So acid is what? Substances which donate their H plus ion. So they together will give you hydronium ion. Hydronium ion is being formed. Now this hydronium ion then react with the alkene. Look here. I'll open the structure of hydronium ion. This is the open structure of hydronium ion. Now I will satisfy the electrons which are present on the oxygen. Okay, and it carry a positive charge. This is the hydronium ion. So first step involves protonation of alkene. Protonation of alkene means the bond will transfer here. Okay, and this proton will attack here giving its bond to this side. Look here what is formed. Okay, you get this structure. So you get a carbocation. As a result of this reaction you get a carbocation. Carbocation means when the positive charge is present on the carbon here. So you get a carbocation. Now next step. Step 2 for acid catalyzed hydration is this carbocation will undergo nucleophilic attack of water. Okay. So water will bring about nucleophilic attack on this carbocation. Nucleophile. Nucleophile are those species which get attracted towards the positive charge. So nucleophilic attack of water on carbocation. So the carbocation which is formed above will undergo nucleophilic attack. Look here. This is the carbocation. This is water. I have opened the structure. Okay. Now the nucleophilic attack. How the nucleophilic attack will take place? The attack will take place here. So what you get? You get this product. Okay. Now next step is step 3. That I'll remove the step 1 and write down the step 3 over here. So the first step was formation of carbocation. Second step was nucleophilic attack of water on the carbocation. So as a result of which this product was obtained. Okay. Now next step will involve deprotonation. Deprotonation means removal of proton. So the product which is being formed in the second step, I am drawing that only. So this product will undergo deprotonation, and as a result you get your alcohol and hydronium ion is obtained. So this is your alcohol. So this was the mechanism for acid catalyzed hydration of alkene to give you alcohol. It was involving, the mechanism involves the 3 steps. The first step is formation of the carbocation. Second step is the nucleophilic attack of water on the carbocation, and the third step is deprotonation. So this was the first method to prepare alcohol. The second method to prepare alcohol is hydroboration oxidation. The name itself suggests that 2 reactions will be there. Okay. In this reaction, diborane means B2H6. Diborane will behave as an electrophile. Electrophile means electron loving species, those species which get attracted towards the electron. So diborane will act as an electrophile and it react with alkene. And as a result of which it gives you trialkyl borane. And this trialkyl borane, when undergo oxidation in presence of alkaline hydrogen peroxide, will give you the final product, that is alcohol. Okay. So in this reaction, diborane will behave as an electrophile, and this electrophile will react with alkene to give you trialkyl borane, which further on oxidation will give you alcohol. So just look at the reaction, how the reaction takes place. This is the alkene. This is your diborane. Okay. When it undergo reaction, the reaction will occur in such a way that this boron portion will bind to the carbon which has greater number of hydrogen. Look here in this step. Okay. Now this product which has been formed will undergo further reaction with alkene. Further, in presence of the alkene, you will get further in presence of alkene, all hydrogens are being replaced by the alkyl group. Okay. So finally you get this product. So this is what your trialkyl borane. Now which alkyl is there? This alkyl consists of 3 carbon atoms. So this will be your tripropyl borane. So name will be tripropyl borane. Why so? Because it consists of 3 carbon in it. This tripropylborane will now undergo oxidation. In presence of alkaline hydrogen peroxide and give you the product, that is the alcohol is obtained. So you get your alcohol. So this is your alcohol. So this is how this hydroboration oxidation takes place. So which alcohol is this? This alcohol is propanol because it consists of 3 carbon. Along with this you get your H3BO3, that is boric acid. So this is the hydroboration oxidation reaction. So in this reaction the diborane, which acts as an electrophile, reacts with alkene in order to give the trialkyl borane, and this trialkyl borane will undergo further oxidation in presence of peroxide, alkaline peroxide, to give the alcohol. So this is the second method. This is the next method to prepare the alcohol and to prepare the alcohols. Now next method to prepare alcohol is, alcohol can be prepared from the carbonyl compounds. Carbonyl compounds are those compounds which consist of C double bond O group. Okay. So these carbonyl compounds can be your aldehyde. Carbonyl compounds can be ketone. Carbonyl compounds can be ketone. Carbonyl compounds can be your acids. Carbonyl compounds can be esters. So all these acid chlorides, acid anhydrides, all are carbonyl compounds. So the alcohol can be prepared from the carbonyl compounds. How the alcohol is prepared from carbonyl compounds? By reduction of the carbonyl compounds. By reduction. The reduction means addition of hydrogen. So when to the carbonyl compounds you add hydrogen, then these carbonyl compounds will give you alcohol. Now which carbonyl compound will undergo reduction procedure is, first we will take reduction of aldehydes and ketone. Okay. So we will take the specific carbonyl compound, that is your aldehyde and ketone. So aldehyde and ketone will undergo reduction, that is there will be addition of hydrogen. Look here, this is the aldehyde, they undergo reduction. Now the reduction procedure takes place in presence of catalyst. The catalysts which are used are maybe platinum, palladium, nickel, or in certain cases you can use sodium borohydride, that is NaBH4, or lithium aluminium hydride can also be used as a catalyst. So this is aldehyde. Aldehyde undergo reduction procedure in presence of a metal palladium. The reaction takes place in presence of palladium to give the alcohol. So this is the alcohol which has been obtained. Now next carbonyl compound we will take is ketone. This is ketone. This was aldehyde and this is ketone. Ketone when undergo reduction reaction, the reaction takes place in presence of sodium borohydride and the product form is alcohol again. Now look here, if you look at the alcohol which is being obtained by reduction reaction of aldehyde and ketone, if you look at the alcohol which is obtained from aldehyde is a primary alcohol, whereas the alcohol which is obtained by reduction of ketone is a secondary alcohol. How I have decided that this is a primary and this is a secondary alcohol? If you look at the alcohol which is obtained from aldehyde, the carbon to which the hydroxyl group is being linked is linked to only one carbon atom. So it is a primary alcohol. Whereas the secondary alcohol to which the carbon to which hydroxyl group is linked to carbons on both the sides. So therefore it is a secondary alcohol. So from carbonyl compounds by reduction reaction you prepare the alcohol. So first we have carried out the reduction of aldehyde and ketone. This is the first reduction reaction. Next we will take reduction of carboxylic acid. Okay, reduction of carboxylic acid. B part is reduction of carboxylic acid. Carboxylic acids also have a carbonyl group. This is carboxylic acid. It undergo reduction means addition of hydrogen. The reaction takes place in presence of lithium aluminium hydride. So lithium aluminium hydride will bring about the reduction reaction in the first step, followed by its hydrolysis. So the reaction will take place in the two step, and after the two step you get your final alcohol as a product. So this was your carboxylic acid. This carboxylic acid was undergoing the reduction reaction, followed by hydrolysis. Hydrolysis means addition of water, giving you the alcohol as a product. So this is how the carbonyl groups takes part in preparation of alcohol. Now we will take the next method to prepare alcohol. The next method to prepare alcohol is use of Grignard reagent. Okay. So next method of preparing alcohol is from Grignard reagent. Grignard reagent is now familiar to you. I already taught you what is Grignard reagent in the first chapter, that is the halo compounds. Again I'll give you a quick revision of that. Grignard reagents are your organometallic compounds. Organometallic compounds. Okay. The general formula is RMgX. Mg means a metal here, X means a halogen, and R means the organic group. Okay. Now specifically when we are talking about a Grignard reagent, this is the formula for the Grignard reagent, RMgX. It consists of organic group, a metal and a halogen. Now from Grignard reagent, here it involves a reaction of a carbonyl compound. It involves a reaction of a carbonyl compound. Carbonyl compound means it will have C double bond O group. Okay. So a carbonyl compound undergo reaction with Grignard reagent. Now if you look at the Grignard reagent, here the metal will acquire a partial positive charge and the organic group will acquire a partial negative charge. So this is the Grignard reagent. Now this Grignard reagent will behave as a nucleophile. Okay. So when Grignard reagent react with the carbonyl compound, there will be nucleophilic addition reaction. There will be nucleophilic addition reaction will takes place. Look at the reaction, how the reaction occurs. So when the pi bond transfers to the oxygen will acquire a negative charge and carbon will acquire a positive charge that will provide a nucleophilic site for this organic group. So this organic group will linked here, and to this negative charge the rest of the organometallic compound will link together. So a adduct is being formed here, an adduct is being formed, an intermediate product is being formed here. Now this product will further undergo hydrolysis. On hydrolysis it gives you the alcohol. Look here. Okay, so this is the product which you get on reaction of the carbonyl compound with the Grignard reagent. Now this alcohol which is being formed may be your primary alcohol, secondary alcohol, tertiary alcohol, depending upon the type of the carbonyl compound, which carbonyl compound is being used. So we will look here the examples now. If I take the carbonyl compound as this is formaldehyde, the simplest form of aldehyde, the simplest aldehyde. The first member of the aldehyde is formaldehyde. When this formaldehyde undergo reaction with Grignard reagent, I'll do the reaction step by step, okay? You get this adduct. This will further undergo hydrolysis in order to give the product. Now this product formed is alcohol. Which type of alcohol is being formed here? Primary alcohol. Now if I take the reaction with the next members, okay, so this was the formaldehyde. Now I am taking any aldehyde here. R can be any alkyl group, okay. When this aldehyde undergo reaction with Grignard reagent, I am doing the reaction again step by step. You can also do the reactions in your rough notebooks with me. This adduct will undergo hydrolysis. Which type of alcohol is this? The carbon to which hydroxyl group is being linked is linked to the two more carbon atoms. So it will be your secondary alcohol. So formaldehyde gives you primary alcohol and the aldehyde gives you secondary alcohol. Now we will take ketone as a carbonyl group. If we bring about the reaction of Grignard reagent with ketone, then what product will be obtained? So we will look here the reaction of ketone. This is ketone. When ketone undergo reaction with Grignard reagent, if you are doing the reaction with me, then I believe that you are now able to make the product yourself. There's no need for you to look at this slide also. Further it undergo hydrolysis. Now you got the product. Which alcohol is this? This is the alcohol, tertiary alcohol, because the carbon to which hydroxyl is linked to the three more groups, okay, three more organic groups. So this is a tertiary alcohol. So formaldehyde was giving you primary alcohol, aldehyde was giving you secondary alcohol, and ketone was giving you tertiary alcohol. So this was the last method by which you can prepare alcohol. So for the methods which we have studied to prepare alcohol, we will just do a quick revision for that. First was the acid catalyzed hydration reaction of alkene. Second was hydroboration oxidation reaction of alkene. Next reaction was reduction reaction of carbonyl groups. Carbonyl groups we have taken aldehyde, ketone and acid. And last was the reaction of Grignard reagent with the carbonyl compound. Now we will take the methods to prepare phenol. Okay. Now phenol can be prepared in laboratory by using benzene derivatives. Benzene derivative means when a benzene ring is there and different groups are linked to it. For example, if Cl is present, it becomes haloarine. If this is benzene to which I have added this SO3H group, SO3H is what? Your sulfonic acid group. So it becomes benzene sulfonic acid. So by using some of the benzene derivatives, we can prepare phenol. Now we will look all the reactions one by one. So first method is from haloarenes. Let's take an example of chlorobenzene. Haloarenes, how they will give phenol? Haloarenes will undergo reaction with sodium hydroxide. When they undergo reaction with sodium hydroxide, they will give you sodium phenoxide. Okay, and that sodium phenoxide will undergo acidification reaction. Acidification reaction means reaction with acid in order to give you phenol. So we will look the reaction here. This is chlorobenzene when undergo reaction with sodium hydroxide. Okay, The reaction takes place at 623 Kelvin temperature and 300 atmospheric pressure, giving you sodium phenoxide. What has been formed first? Sodium phenoxide. This is sodium phenoxide. Now this sodium phenoxide undergo acidification, resulting in your product, that is phenol, and sodium chloride is also formed. So this is the first method to prepare phenol, that is from haloarenes. So haloarenes undergo reaction with sodium hydroxide to form sodium phenoxide. This sodium phenoxide on further acidification gives you phenol. This was a simple method. The next method is from benzene sulfonic acid. Okay, so preparation of phenol from benzene sulfonic acid. Now in this, first we will prepare benzene sulfonic acid from benzene. This is benzene. Now this benzene will treated with oleum. Okay, as a result of this you will get benzene sulfonic acid. So this is what? Benzene sulfonic acid. Now this benzene sulfonic acid which is being formed will undergo two reactions. First, it will be treated with sodium hydroxide. When it is treated with sodium hydroxide, it will give you sodium phenoxide, as we did in the above reaction. Okay, and that sodium phenoxide will undergo acidification with HCl. So instead of writing both the steps, I am just including both the steps together. Okay, so first it will be treated with sodium hydroxide, followed by acidification, and as a result you will get phenol. So this is how you can prepare phenol from benzene sulfonic acid. Third method is from diazonium salts. From diazonium salt. So for preparing phenol from diazonium salt, first you need to prepare the diazonium salt. How you prepare diazonium salt? By treating an aromatic amine. Aromatic means benzene ring is there, amine means NH2 group is there. So this is the aromatic amine, also called as, common name is aniline. So when aniline is treated with nitrous acid means NaNO2 plus HCl mixture. So when this aniline is treated with nitrous acid, it results in the formation of benzene diazonium chloride. This is benzene diazonium chloride. This is your benzene diazonium salt. Okay, this benzene diazonium chloride, when further warmed, okay, warm water, when treated with further warm water, it give you phenol. So you get your product phenol and other products, byproducts. So this is how phenol is prepared from diazonium salt. So for preparing phenol from diazonium salt, what you need is, first you need to prepare the diazonium salt by treating aniline with nitrous acid. This mixture is known as nitrous acid, and that nitrous acid, when further warmed in presence of water or further treated with warm water, it will give you phenol. Next, last method to prepare phenol is from cumene. From cumene. Let's see the structure of cumene here. This is cumene, commonly called as cumene, and it means it is benzene isopropyl benzene. This is your isopropyl benzene, because isopropyl group is there, isopropyl benzene. So this is your cumene or isopropyl benzene. This cumene or isopropyl benzene, when undergo oxidation, it results in the formation of cumene hydroperoxide. Look here. This is your cumene hydroperoxide. This cumene hydroperoxide that is being formed will undergo acid treatment. Okay, it will undergo acid treatment, and as a result of this acid treatment, it will give you phenol and acetic acid. Sorry. It will give you phenol and acetone. Acetone will be obtained. Okay. So this is the reaction of preparation of phenol from cumene. So cumene is your isopropyl benzene which undergo oxidation. As a result of oxidation, it forms cumene hydroperoxide, and this cumene hydroperoxide, when undergo acid treatment, it will give you your phenol and acetone. So here we finished the methods of preparing alcohol as well as phenols. Now we will take the physical properties of alcohols and phenols. The first property we will take is boiling point. Okay. Now boiling point in alcohol and phenols is very high. The reason for this boiling point is presence of hydroxyl group, and which is involved in hydrogen bonding. What type of hydrogen bonding it do? It do intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Now what is mean by hydrogen bonding? Hydrogen bonding means a bond formed between hydrogen and an electronegative element. Here hydroxyl group is there which has both oxygen and hydrogen, that will undergo further bonding with hydrogen. Okay, so this oxygen will undergo further bonding with other hydrogen. So look here, the hydrogen bonding in alcohol. This is alcohol. Okay, so this is the hydrogen bond. Which type of bond is this? This is the hydrogen bond which is formed between two alcohol. Similarly, hydrogen bonding can be seen in case of phenols also. Phenols will also shows hydrogen bonding. Look at the example. Look at the bonding. This is how hydrogen bonding is there. So this dashed line represents the hydrogen bond. Okay. So the boiling point of alcohols and phenol is high because of intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Now as the number of carbon increases, the boiling point will also increase. What is the reason for this? The reason for this is van der Waals forces also increases because of the increase in number of carbon atoms. But if we take branching means if one is primary, another is secondary alcohol or tertiary alcohol, then as the branching increases, what will happen? The surface area of the alcohol will decrease. When it is primary, it will acquire more surface area as compared to that when it is secondary or tertiary. So as the branching increases, the surface area will decrease. So as the surface area decreases, these forces, that is the van der Waals forces, will also decrease. And as these forces decreases, the boiling point will also decrease. So first of all, the boiling point is because of hydrogen bonding. The hydrogen bondings are difficult to break. So if you want to break these hydrogen bonds, you will need high temperature and boiling point will rise. Next is what is the effect of number of carbon atoms. If the number of carbon increases, boiling point will increase because of the van der Waals forces. But in case of branching, that is if you take primary, secondary and tertiary. The tertiary alcohol will acquire less surface area. If they acquire less surface area, then it becomes easier to break their bonds. Okay. So as the branching increases, the surface area decreases and the boiling point also decreases. So this is the first physical property of alcohols as well as phenols. The next physical property is their solubility. Now this that property is very simple. Solubility, you know the simple concept that like dissolves like. Okay. So solubility. So solubility is high, okay, in water. Why the solubility is high in water? Because they forms hydrogen bonding. So they are soluble in water. But the solubility is affected by one factor. The solubility is affected by the presence of the alkyl or the aryl groups. The alkyl or the aryl groups. If these alkyl and aryl groups are very big in size and large in number. So if these alkyl and the aryl groups are big in size, then what they will do? They will cause the hydrophobic behavior. So what they will cause? They will cause hydrophobic behavior. And as a result of this hydrophobic behavior, hydrogen bonding will not occur. Hydrogen bonding will not occur. And if there is no hydrogen bonding, so the solubility will decrease. So generally they are soluble in water because of hydrogen bonding. But if the alkyl and the aryl groups of alcohol are very big in size, then these groups will show a hydrophobic behavior. That is, hydrophobic means water fear. Phobic means fear. Hydro means water. So they will develop a hydrophobic behavior, and as a result of this hydrophobic behavior, the hydrogen bonding will not be there, and so the solubility will decrease. So these are the physical properties. So here we finished the methods of preparation as well as physical properties. In the next slide, next video, we will do the chemical properties. Thank you so much.